Good morning, my beautiful friends. It's Raven Scry here by the water, enjoying the nice morning sun, actually lapping it up because in a couple of weeks I'll be heading into the big smoke of Melbourne town and away from this beautiful water and my particular morning walks that I've been doing for quite some time. So I'm a little bit sad, but I'm also excited for a new experience and whatnot heading into Melbourne. Yeah, so I will miss these skies though. Out here, the clouds, the formations of the clouds, I just love them. And there's so many pictures that come through them, and different beautiful scenes through the pictures and the imagery. And I've taken quite a few photos of them, but I kind of wish I'd taken more, but perhaps I will, yeah. I've got lots of little barking, yapping dogs up the beach over here, and they're really enjoying their ball playing. I don't know, can we see them? We've got horses, and probably can't see them from the distance, but they're playing ball, and they're barking and barking. And then we have the little horses coming up the side there, so looks like, people are busy this morning. And actually there's more than normal on this beach, because normally there's really not many people at all, but there's a few this morning. Yeah, so how are we? How are we all feeling? What's happening with you all? Please let me know in the comments if you're doing well or not. And if you don't feel like, writing anything lengthy, just kind of say, I'm well, or I'm not so good, just touch in. I'd love to hear how you're going. And, yeah, so I just wanted to connect in, from some nature, just say I'm here, and, it's a bit different to when I do a video, connecting in with spirit, it's just a different vibe, in the moment, just checking in, perhaps just chatting about whatever comes to mind, and yeah, just saying hi. But it's interesting actually, because now that I've got you guys here, there was a video that I did the other day, which is about a global event, and it was Satellite Down, I think it was called. I think I did it toward the start of the week, or was it last week? All the days are blurring into one. But I'm sure you'll know which one it is. It's a couple of videos back. But it was interesting because the other day on Twitter, Elon Musk and Trump was having a conversation, and there was all this interference that took place, and I think there was some sort of cyber attack, but the communication was lost through the connection. And it was really interesting because I was listening to the reading and then looking at what had happened, and it just felt like, this is interesting, because Musk's head appeared also in this reading. So it was almost like, giving a snapshot into this event taking place. And then a lot of people couldn't log into the call because there was this attack, so it was like, people couldn't log in and listen. So it was, on one level, it was like this outage that was happening. And I think within the reading, I saw all of these people with computers, and it was like they'd lost connection, so it's kind of interesting to look at how things come through. There was also other elements too that came in around different scenes that just felt, to me, they felt like they were other things taking place at a similar time. And a lot of the times in my readings, it's like it's a snapshot of time, and often events merge and blend into each other that are taking place at a similar time. So I always find that to be quite interesting. And I was thinking I could maybe do a video just moving through a prediction and kind of sharing my thoughts around how I feel it's come through, or perhaps, things that perhaps I've put on elements, like things that I've thought that perhaps, you know, it's like sometimes my logic comes in and that doesn't serve, and that's often when I sit back from it, because that can throw elements out. And I think that's in all cases with all psychic mediums, but whether they want to speak to that or not is another story. But yeah, so moving through a prediction and talking about it, I just felt like it could be an interesting thing to do. And it also makes me aware of my own work and my own ways of working, and how spirits communicated in this way or that way. You know, it's this constant study of working with these different realms, and it's been years of this that I've been interested in it, and I just love it. You know, it's really exciting the way that world blends with this world. I mean, it's like magical to me still, and I'm very passionate about it. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. And when I saw the outage, well, not the outage, the lack of connection, loss of connection within this talk between the two of them on Twitter, and then Trump's head in there, sorry, not Trump's head, Elon Musk's head, was like, oh, okay, this is what they're referring to. So yeah, just find it interesting. I sit there, you know, in my room, you know, by myself, talking to spirit. Could be a little bit of a crazy head, you know. This is the life of Raven. Anyway, yeah, so with all that, I don't know, like I just thought I'd share that. I'm just thinking, is there something else I wanted to talk about? I feel like the crypto market is doing its thing, and the prediction that I did at the start of the month feels to be pretty on par for what I've seen. You know, this fall into the abyss, which I feel like we kind of had, then we've got this sideways consolidation, sideways kind of monotone drone energy of just like, oh gee, is it going to end? You know, this sort of energy. I feel like we've kind of been in that. Now there was a bit of a lift reference there too, so let's hope that comes to pass as well. But I will revisit it at the start of next month to see where we're at. And I mean, yeah, as I said in many readings of the past, there's been this kind of movement that's around September that I've seen in a lot of different readings. So it will be interesting to see what happens in September, whether that plays out, you know, but it's possible it won't. So just to note that as well. We'll see though, we'll see what comes there. So it's exciting, and you know, I've done so many different readings on little coins, this and that, and all sorts of coins, but I mean, I kind of feel like it's a bit pointless at this stage to be delving too deeply into coins. It's like arranging your portfolio with some good solid ones, some good sort of more stable elements, and then moving down with some more risky stuff. I mean, I think many people will do well, and it kind of doesn't matter if you've got the top, you know, the top 100 coins. I think when we move up, we're going to move up. It's to what degrees in different coins, but I mean, in regards to, you know, this bull kind of movement, I don't think you should be overly worried or concerned about the tiny details, is the feeling that I have here. Because I feel like we're going to do quite well moving forward. But, you know, of course, in saying that, I have some of my favourites, which I've spoken about, some of those. And I may kind of go a little bit further in to some of those at some stage to kind of reset before we get any crazy action. Because if we are going to have, you know, major movement shortly, we better be ready. You know, bags packed, ready to go. The train is here. Woo. I don't know what happened then. Some crazy other being came in over Raven. Yeah, so anything else? I'm just feeling these sun rays on my back. So nice, so nice. So I think that's all that I'm going to share. I've got a bit of a crew gathering in Patreon over there, and just to speak to that, I'm really enjoying that flow, and you know, starting to get to know the community. It's really nice to have that held space there. But you know, in saying that too, you know, it's not, you know, there's this thing, but you know, with having a paid wall, you know, that some people can feel separated. But within what I've been sharing and offering lately on the channel, it's like they are contained readings. I just want to speak to that what I'm offering are contained readings, you know, but within going over to Patreon and doing some extendeds, which I'm really enjoying doing, it's, you know, it's me going for a next level of reading. It's like I'm going into another reading. So there's more depth there. But as I've said, you know, there's more work for me too, and I'm kind of just offering that to the community, and really appreciating being supported, because the amount of hours I've put in over this time, over these years, is a lot. You know, there's a lot of work that goes into what I do. So to be supported, to get some support from you guys, it really means a lot to me, you know, and it really means a lot to this crazy work of, you know, other realms, and it's working in this way is not the norm. I don't fit into the normal role, you know, in society, let's say. So it's nice to be supported for what my gifts are, and for what I can offer you guys. Yeah, so just to speak to that, I really, you know, even if you're not coming over to Patreon, I really appreciate you being here too. It really means a lot to my heart, and I hope that what I share, you know, brings insights to you. It's amazing the way spirit works. We've got 3 swans over there flying across the water. I don't know if you can see them. Ooh. I don't know if they are swans. Are they swans? They seem to have white wings. Interesting. Anyway, I think that's all. I said that before, that I thought it was all, and then we had a little bit of extra that came out. But yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy a few more sun rays before I get back into the car and get on with the day. But I'm gonna see you guys again very soon. Oh, there we go. There's another thought before I end. There was a reading where there was an orb that came in the other day to the crypto space, this orb and the energy of these higher dimensional beings. Now I felt that perhaps, you know, visiting to have more communication with them would be a great video to do, and I may do that as well. And let me know if you guys would like that as well. Ooh, there's 2 more black swans flying. It's always interesting because the black swans down here, there's just heaps of them, and everyone, you know, with crypto in the brain is like, oh my god, it's a black swan. But perhaps the black swan events are leaving, because they're all flying away today as I see them here. So perhaps it's a sign that we're about to engage in beautiful movement. Yes, I'm excited. All right, guys, this really is going to be the end of the video now. I'm sending you all many blessings and much love on this day, and take care. Raven Scry signing off.